Hi, Mike Smith here. You may have wondered on websites such as lynda.com how they make content available or not available depending on whether you're logged in or not. And possibly you might think, well, it would be great if I could do this on my own WordPress site. Well, this is a very brief introduction to how it's done and to give you the answer that yes, it definitely is possible to do this on your own site. And I'm going to demonstrate this on my site. There's two things I'm going to demonstrate today, and they include firstly making content available depending on whether someone's logged in. As you can see on this site, the first part up here at the top is presented in this way when someone is not logged in, and in this way when someone is logged in. So this content is actually made available depending on whether someone's logged in, and in fact at a certain level of membership as well. But all I want to do really is show you that this is controlled via shortcodes, and it's relatively easy to do using a particular plugin for WordPress. And the other thing I want to demonstrate, just going back to the other page, is making certain content available depending on the date. And so this table of content here, you can see is made available by month, and so this month is available. Last month is no longer available. Next month it will be available, and it actually shows how long it's got before that it becomes available. So, and that is done with another plugin as well. So the plugins I'm going to be using today are S2 Member and WPMU Schedule Selected Content. Alright, let's have a look at how this is done. Okay, so for us to understand how this works, we need to look at the code for this page. And when I bring up the edit window for this page, it may look a bit complicated. And in this particular case it is, because there's a lot of content on this page, and it's not just about controlling access to the content. There's obviously some toggles happening here as well. Okay, so let's have a look at the edit window here, and as you can see it is a little complicated, but you may notice that there's a code here that detects whether someone's logged in, and there's a code here, for example, that seems to control scheduling time. So we'll have a look at those. And what I've done is I've copied this text over into a text editor and just simplified it for you. So I'll just bring that in. Okay. Right. So these are the shortcodes that are used in the WordPress window, and so I'll just run you through what they actually do. Okay, now this shortcode here is from the S2 Member plugin, so that's this one here, S2 Member, and yep, and this one is also from the S2 Member plugin, and this particular shortcode and this one is from the Scheduler plugin from WPMU. Now since I first set this page up, it turns out that S2 Member has added this feature into the professional version of their plugin as well. But I'm just using the free S2 Member plugin, and I happen to have a license for WPMU. So for me, it's just easier to use these plugins together. You have to be careful when you do that though. Some plugins don't play well together, particularly if they both have the function of controlling access to content. So anyway, let's have a look at these codes. Okay, you can almost read this in plain English. You can see here if a user is logged in, and that could be possibly as a free subscriber or as a paid member, then show them this content. And this is one of many codes that are available in the S2 member suite. Here's another example. If a person is logged in and has been given a membership level of level 1, then show them this content. So on my site, for example, let's go back to my site. Okay, so if they're logged in, they see this top section here. And if they're not logged in, they see this content here. And on the Lynda site, lynda.com, something similar is done. If they're logged in, they can see this text, and the text is a clickable link. If they're not logged in, they can see the text, but it isn't a clickable link, and that's just a different code on that site. And this is useful because you can show a person what could be available if they were logged in, and of course that that helps with converting sales. So that demonstrates how you can control access to content depending on the level of access that you've given a user on your site. But what isn't shown on this so far, and on the Lynda website either, is how could you control the access to content depending on the date. So back on my website, we've got content that is available by month. So that's not available, that is available. And that's done with the other shortcode that I was using, which was, here it is. Yep, using this scheduled one time. Now, you can almost read this in plain language as well. So basically, if you read this, from this date, January 1st, 1 o'clock in the morning, and for 30 days, show this message while it's not available, but after this or during that time, show this content. So what that means is that for 30 days from this time on this date, show this content and this message at all times. And then for the next month, you simply change the date of the start time and the duration there. And that content then shows during February. And this is shown on my website here. And really that's all there is to it. This is made possible by, in this particular case, I've used this plugin from WPMU, but there are other plugins that do similar jobs. I've just found that this one is pretty useful because it is controlled from this little tool button here, which is installed when you install the plugin into WordPress. So that just makes it a bit easier to do. But what happens is that when you use this dialog box, it simply inserts the shortcode. And after a while, you just get used to doing that manually. So that's pretty easy as well. So with the combination of S2 member and schedule selected content, we can get some pretty sophisticated controls over the content on a page. And that may fit well into your business model for free and subscription and premium content on your website, as well as making it available according to a particular time. So functioning as a kind of drip feed. So thanks very much for watching.